Hello, I'm glad to see you again at the Web Demystified. In the previous video we added some CSS styles to our website. And now it's time to add JavaScript. Although we don't need JavaScript at the moment, we'll need it later when we start working on the shopping cart. To prepare for this, we'll add some JavaScript to the store, specifically a simple script that will display a message when the user clicks on the Add to Cart button. So, first of all, to add a script to our website, we need to create a new file called script.js inside the static folder. And to import our script, we need to add a new script tag inside the base.html file with src attribute. src set to /static/script.js. Now let's check if it works or not. To do so, we can add an alert message inside the script.js file. It works, for example. If it works, it will show an alert message window. So let's save this and refresh the page. As you can see, we have a message. Okay. Now let's delete this line. And next we need to create add to cart buttons for our products. So let's open index.html and format a bit our list item tag. And inside it, let's add button tag with class attribute set to add to cart. And also I want to add tooltips to our buttons. We can do this by using title attribute. We can set it to add to cart as well. And also to pass the selected product to the script, we need to add a data attribute. Data product name. And since we are using Jinja 2 template engine, we can pass the product name variable to the product name attribute, data product name attribute. Now let's save this and refresh the page. Buttons appeared, but nothing happens because we didn't write the JavaScript yet. And now we'll make it so that when the Add to Cart button is clicked, a message logged to the console saying that the product has been added to the cart. First, in the script.js, we need to add event listener to the document object. Documents add event listener. The add event listener method is a key part of working with JavaScript in the browser. It allows you to listen for specific events such as clicks, key presses, or page load events, and then run a function when that event occurs. Although we can add event listeners to any DOM element, here we want to connect to DOM content loaded event, which fires for the document object when the HTML document has been completely loaded and parsed, without waiting for style sheets and images to finish loading. And also, add event listener is a method that takes two arguments. The first is name of the event, and the second is the function that will be called when the event occurs. So, let's pass in onload function, and now let's make a function named onload. Function onload. In this function, we use document query selector all. Document query selector all. This method takes a CSS selector and gives back a list of elements that match. We put this, okay, later. Add to cart selector. This selector from the button. This class selector from the button. And we put this in a variable named buttons. Const buttons equals. Then we go through each button and add a click event listener. We do this with forEach method on the buttons object. This method runs a function for each item in the list. The function gets the element or as a parameter, which we name button. So the button parameter will get values from the list. Now to check if it works or not, let's add a console log, and inside it button variable. So now let's open the console, refresh the page, and every button is in the console now. Okay, great. And to react on button click events, we need to add an event handler to each button. To do so, we can use onClick handler. So button onClick, and we will declare an arrow function again, but that function doesn't take anything but has a body. OnClick is a DOM element property that allows assigning a function as an event handler for the click event of that element. However, using onClick allows only one handler to be assigned for each event, and reassigning onClick will remove the previous handler. From the other hand, add event listener allows assigning multiple handlers for the same event, and they will be executed in the order they were assigned. Also, add event listener allows to remove a specific handler without removing the others. So, the preferred way to assign event handlers is using add event listener instead of onClick. But for learning purposes, it's good to know how to use both. And to log the message to the console, we need to extract the product name by using button dataset product name dataset product name. We will put this in the variable product name, and now we can just use console log with adding product name to cart. And now we can check how our script works. So console is already opened, so let's refresh the page and let's click on the button and check. We have a message in the console, so great. Everything works fine. And at the moment, we've only just started adding JavaScript to our website. But in the next videos, we'll include more JavaScript functionalities. So stay tuned and goodbye.